What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, beautiful people? It's your boy Emmanuel, aka Power Papi. Welcome back again to the channel. Today's topic is Rema versus Nigerian DJs Association. Right now, there's this whole debacle with Rema and a few DJs, and the whole situation started when we found out that DJ Neptune was dropping an album, his new album Greatness 2.0, and on the night it dropped, Rema has a song on there, and Rema didn't like the fact that his song was on that album, and he came onto Twitter and basically um, let his voice out. You know what I mean? I don't want to call it a rant because rant to determine it's about like he's just venting for no reason or no purpose, so doesn't have any weight to say something. But this time around, there's so much to be said. Okay, Rema starts off by saying, with all due respect, Chief, I dropped my old record without due process. I'm not happy at all. DJ Neptune, don't violate the codes. Don't drop my song without my notice. Can't even remember the last time we spoke, big bro. I pleaded with my manager behind the scenes when y'all tagged me before it dropped, and y'all still went ahead. Come on now. This game don't ride on my humility. There are some things I can't be talked out of, and number one is my art. If you're not okay with it, then if it's war, it's war. Don J go vex for me, Baba. Forgive me for this one, but this one no join. Lastly, take my shit down. I'm finna make new enemies after this, but God, big pass industry. Okay, now this was Rema basically letting his opinion out that he didn't want this song to be out, and I've since looked at that song, or at least heard the song on my other channel where we reviewed it, and to be honest with you, I can understand wholeheartedly why Rema didn't want this shit out. The song is dated. The song is so dated, and Rema artistically is in a different place. This is so early Rema that it's like he has evolved beyond the sound, man. And even from a brand standpoint, he has to have at least some say and some control and what music he has there, because that's his intellectual property, you know. So he communicated this with his manager for months before all of this came out, right? And then DJ Neptune was on the side, was just keeping quiet until he was gathering his receipts, and DJ Neptune then came out to say it's all love on this side, keep winning. And I don't want to read the entire situation because, but in summary, the situation here is DJ Neptune had already set everything up in due process to be released, and then closer to the time, or in a couple months, he's hearing word from the DJ that Rema wasn't happy about it, and then for some reason Rema's manager convinced DJ Neptune that he would follow up, and basically that's the main gist at the end here. Thanks Neptune, you have been amazing, and to the family, blah blah blah. I will follow up with the team and Rema so we can make possible. Anyway, so we can make it possible. I can't read what he's saying. Maybe that's a typo. But basically, he got word from DJ Neptune. He got word from Rema's manager that it was good to go, and I'm sure they were thinking, oh yeah, all those things we can sort anyhow, even after release. So it's not DJ Neptune. Rema's manager then comes out, okay, and basically takes accountability, okay? He takes responsibility for the entire situation, apologizes to all parties, and says, I made a mistake. I didn't stand my ground when I communicated to DJ Neptune about Rema not wanting the song out. He promised DJ Neptune about letting the song out, but he then assumed, since nothing essentially was sent back, then DJ Neptune would know that this could mean, like, he's supposed to just believe that this could mean this is the song is not moving forward. But to be fair to DJ Neptune, I'm sure there's a lot of hassle chasing everybody to sign papers, because he's not a producer. He's only a curator, and his entire job for this album is, or his entire wahala for this album is, putting everybody together and making sure all the right things are signed and making sure everything is cleared. And I'm sure it's wahala. He has to chase everybody down, especially down to the due date of his release. And there must be problems chasing everybody down. And I'm even sure, and I've heard some news, and I'm sure not everything or every vocal sample or everything has been cleared already. I'm sure he's already thinking, yeah, people will still come back around even after the release of the album and sign all the right documents. So he's probably of that notion of, probably that's his practice of thinking, yeah, everything will come around, then we'll sign everything. So to be fair to DJ Neptune, he must have taken it as, oh yeah, maybe they'll sign or they'll give me all the things right after the song has been processed, or whenever they find time, they'll sign and they'll make everything clear. So I think there was a whole miscommunication here from Rema's manager, the middleman involved, and everything was communicated. All right, everything was communicated. Not everything was communicated. Everything seemed resolved at least. Some person that was at fault took blame and took responsibility and apologized to everybody. So it was cool. Rema even confirmed, I tried to stop this all behind closed doors for months. I wasn't listened to as my record went public. So did I. Oh, I love how you put that. Man. As my record went public, so did I. And any agenda. Now this is a big statement. Any agenda after this statement is based off of personal emotions towards me. Now, he's making it clear, me and DJ Neptune are good and we are going to drop bangers when it's time. Everybody's singing Kumbaya now. The matter is resolved. As far as DJ Neptune and Rema goes, they should be cool, right? They should be cool now. Everybody, the matter has died down. But he made a statement here that is so important. It says any agenda held after this statement is based off of personal emotions towards me. And then we start hearing things. We start hearing situations that DJ KY's came to share with us. And let me get to the tweets right now. DJ KY's then comes out. Now, this is famous DJ from Nigeria. Had one of the biggest records out this year. Famous DJ comes out to say, okay, I know how many DJs called me. Called me to cancel Rema. If I had said that, a lot of DJs would have deleted the songs. He's a humble boy. I even posted the slides for you to see. I still stand 100% with what I said. I still stand. What? Why is DJ KY typing like this, man? Okay, 140 characters is clearly not enough. I still stand 100% with what I said yesterday. If you guys want to make it about a DJ beef, then that's on you. I shall not get problem with anybody. So this was an eye-opener, man. Everybody was thinking, okay, like DJs are actually trying to cancel Rema. But mind you, this whole shit has been resolved. This shit has been resolved with DJ Neptune and Rema. But there's some other agenda against Rema. Apparently, with some DJs calling DJ KYs to cancel him or not play his songs. And then it just strikes us as almost like this agenda is actually legit. Or at least some of you might read this and be like, maybe it's capping. I don't think there are any DJs that are against Rema or anything. Mind you, as Rema was, I even glanced through a major part. As Rema was quote unquote ranting, there was a lot of people that would say, oh yeah, he's disrespectful. Why didn't he do this behind closed doors? Obviously, all those are ridiculous statements by saying, oh, because he's standing his ground and doesn't want to be walked over. And that means he's disrespectful. Like, how does that mean he's disrespectful? Obviously, he felt he was crossed. And him coming out to express that, even though he has been trying to get the shit resolved behind closed doors, he's in every right to come out and express himself as it should be, okay? And now we had some OAPs, we had Dotun talking about this has been resolved, blah, blah, blah. And Rema pretty much makes it clear, like, this was the situation. Rema makes it clear that I'm not disrespectful, I was crossed, and he stands his ground. And then we get to the whole DJ KY's thing. And then we see something from DJ Spinall. That's the new development now. DJ Spinall did something that seems so outrageous, but it's hilarious at the same time. You know what I mean? People should be, you know what I mean? You think people should be angry at this situation, but it's funny to me. It's so funny to me. DJ Spinall comes out, says it takes a lot to put this together. To be honest with you, I can imagine it being a lot of work to put out a DJ compilation album or something. Insane projects, brother. I listened again and again. Well done, OG DJ Neptune. He could have called you, but fuck that kid. He smoked the wrong one. Bro, where is this coming from? This was after the situation has already been resolved, mind you. Where is this coming from? Like, why? Why? Fuck that kid, really? Like, why, bro? Why? I mean, like, what in the Agbaya is going on here, man? Like, why? Why is this situation being taken so far? Like, okay, it just seems, and it's clear cut here. It seems like there was already some pre-existing animosity towards the kid, and you just needed something to stand on, and for that to hold. And now you're using the DJ Neptune as a way to like show your animosity towards him. And this was what DJ KY basically was talking about. There were DJs that were actively trying to silence Rema's music. Now this is funny to me because we're talking about Rema. We're talking about Rema. Oh. We're talking about Rema. DJs are trying to like form union and counsel an artist that is. I don't want to talk about. I don't need to explain who Rema or what Rema is and what Rema has achieved already in this 3 years in the industry now. So it's funny. The whole situation is funny to me. And then we get some news from a Smirnoff party, and I see some correspondent on Twitter. Someone says, "So I'm at a Smirnoff party, and DJ Spinall just said, fuck Rema for disrespecting a DJ, and I'm just disgusted with this Agbaya and distasteful behavior, cause what the fuck." I feel you, my sister. And then Don of Music PR, my guy, Don Dave, he said, and he basically said, and he said that just after playing the song, Agbaya Behavior. So apparently, in this same party, in this Smirnoff party, my correspondent here clearly also said no DJ played a single Rema song except Spinall, and then he now said that shit right after. You know what I mean? And no DJ actually played Rema song. So this is active. This is true. It's saying like I'm sure in this party there were many other DJs that had sessions there, and none of them played Rema, and this is active. This is a real thing. This is a real thing that we're discussing. Nigerian DJs versus Rema. And it's funny to me, man. This situation is funny to me. Cause in what world? DJ Spinall stopped Rema's music and said fuck that guy. In what world does a DJ, like in today's world, think about it. I understand the contribution that DJs have in Nigerian music or in music in general. What do I mean Nigerian music? I mean music in general. I understand the role that they play. But understand one thing and one thing only, bro. We're in the digital era, okay? This is not the 90s. This is not 80s, or this is not when the main difference of you getting your music out there to the world was if a DJ fucked with it or not. Like we've moved on from that. Music has evolved. The way music consumption has evolved way beyond that. Okay, music consumption has evolved so far from that. To think as a DJ you hold so much power to withhold a career or somebody's. You know what I mean? This industry in general, it just shows you how easily people can actually gather around to blackball you, and they can make attempts to it, and it could go so far, but there's a limit how far it can go. At some point, real talent is going to come out of it. Look at Burna's situation. There was actively plans to silence or at least cancel Burna Boy. Different situation. I won't lie to you. It's not even comparable. Burna's situation was more comparable. There were somewhat validations or justifications to not supporting Burna Boy, even though he's messed up. But they had something to sit on that was substantive. You know what I mean? Due to the allegations and all that stuff and all the threats and all that. Yes. So there was something at least to stand on with Burna Boy. But in Rema's situation is even worse because you're just revealing how vile you are and how salty you are by actually trying to counsel a kid that is just standing on his own ground. He's just standing on his own ground. He doesn't all this seniority complex. Oh, because I senior pass you, now means say you go drop respect. Or you go drop. Nah. I love generation. I love Gen Zs of today, man. All that seniority, I senior pass you, matter. Nah, that one is dead. It's dead. I'm sorry, but it's dead. And as a DJ, you just don't hold that much power in today's music to actually silence an artist. It's impossible. Not to talk about an internationally renowned artist like Rema. Make it make sense, I beg. Make it make sense. Bro, it's funny, and this is embarrassing. It's crazy because I fuck with DJ Spinall. That's about a lot of DJs that put together albums. DJ Spinall is one of many DJs that actually produces. He's a producer as well, and he actually goes into mad detail with his creation. And I fuck with his album, bro. Like, he's a very talented DJ by all means. Like, this is not taking away from DJ Spinall's like raw talent in creation and making music. Like, he's great at that. But this right here, my guy, is some fuck shit, bro. Because it doesn't make sense. It's embarrassing. You're shooting yourself in the foot, clearly, man. You're shooting yourself in the foot. As we speak, this is constantly getting ratioed with a lot of people that mess with Rema, and it's just a bad look. It's not worth it. This is not a hill you want to die on. DJ Neptune himself has moved on. That's the funny thing. DJ Neptune himself has moved on, but the fact that you are making I'm not saying DJ Spinall that is making all those calls to other DJs, but clearly it looks like who's in front of this. Who's the ringleader? It looks like who's the ringleader of this situation. It clearly looks like DJ Spinall, man, and it's so laughable. It's so laughable about the situation. Trying to cancel Rema, it's so funny. Like, if you hear the sentence, Nigerian DJs trying to cancel Rema. Nigerian DJs trying to cancel Rema is funny to me, bro. It's so funny. It's so funny. You don't have that much real estate that you used to have in the 90s, bro. You don't have that much. You don't have half the say in music consumption right now, bro. You don't. I'm sorry. Even add OAP's joint self. I'm sorry. You can't. Like, you can't withhold the engine of Maven even. You can't even try. You can't even, bro. This is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, man. I'm curious what you guys think about the situation, man. Yeah, just let me know what you guys think about the situation, man. Is Rema cancelable by Nigerian DJs? Funny how that question is, man. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. This whole situation was driving me crazy, and I was just laughing my ass off on the TL because it doesn't make sense. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys feel about the situation. Check out the rest of the content here and on my other reaction channel. I have a bunch of reactions coming out. There's so much that have been recorded and is on the live stream. So check out the live stream if you haven't, and I'll try and re-upload whatever has been blocked by the YouTube and the algorithms, because yeah, that's the difficult part of what I do now, is sorting that shit out after. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Okay, bye.